The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Hello, here I am. I'm in Los Angeles, California. Welcome to the Nikki Glaser Podcast. It's Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed our all Fanthrax episode yesterday. That was super fun to record. Before we left town last week, we had a big old busy weekend touring. I forget where we were now already. Yes, I remember Milwaukee and then Indianapolis. So good to see all the besties there. Such fun shows. I flew to LA on Sunday. Andrew went back to St. Louis. And then Noah came all the way from Arizona to St. Louis to take my spot. And guys, we're switching it around.
No, we're not.
I'm producing now. No, I am not, and I can't. Noah is in the host chair. Wait, it was so funny this morning, Noah, that you were so cute. Andrew had to tell me that you were scared to sit in the chair. You wanted to do it from the kitchen.
I wasn't scared. I just thought it would look so weird. It would be like a Twilight Zone episode of the podcast.
It's fitting though for this week. It's a spooky week. Things are scary. Suddenly a barista will be wearing a witch's hat, and you'll be reminded that it's Halloween.
Yeah,
like that's why I get reminded it's Halloween. I'll just see, people at Starbucks wearing like cat ears, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's that week. Otherwise, I forget. How's St. Louis going?
Good. Andrew is hooked on Squid Games, and we watched 3 episodes last night, even though I said I wouldn't watch it. Yeah, he will not stop watching Squid Games. He's actually in there right now. He took a pause last night so he can talk with Brenna, and because I just had to leave and go to sleep.
Wait a second. So, first of all, I think you're saying Squid Games.
Oh, Squid Game.
I think it's Squid Game.
Yeah.
That's fine. That sounds like the way Andrew probably is saying it too. Also, what took him so long? We need to know because everyone's been watching this. Number 2, I do think. How long is this show? How long is it going to take him to get through it? And doesn't he have something better to do with his time? Is this the new golf for him?
Here's the thing, Nikki. So it's in Korean, and you have to read the subtitles.
Or you can have it lip dub, I heard.
Yeah, but it's not the same if it's, it's just too weird. But sometimes I catch Andrew looking at his phone, and
of course,
he doesn't
catch his phone the whole time. He doesn't. No, he doesn't. When he says he watches something, he does not watch. I don't even understand how Andrew enjoys entertainment because, or shows that involve. That's why I like The Bachelor and Bachelorette, because I can look at my phone and not miss anything. And if I do, I can go back and figure out what happened. But Andrew doesn't do that. He doesn't go back. That's why I'm boggled by how he watches things. Because we got into the whole thing about the Ted Lasso episode where there were all these references to romantic comedies that if you didn't know the joke they were making, you would have been like, what the hell is this show doing? You would have been like, I don't trust this show anymore. But he just blindly proceeds. So I'm sure there's so many times that Andrew just goes, I don't know what's going on. And I wonder if he goes, oh, it's something I missed when I was looking on my phone. Because for me, I cannot stand that. If there's some plot point I miss, I got to go back. Because I was on my phone, I go back. And that's why I don't watch shows. I have to go back. The morning show the other day, I tried to watch it. I rewound it like 20 times because every time I would just look on my phone and kept missing it. So he's missing things because and first of all, even if you're looking at your phone and it's not Korean, you still can't hear what they're saying. Like, it's not really getting in, but especially if it's Korean. I mean, what is he doing? What is his understanding of the show?
The good thing is, because I'm reading the captions and I'm looking at it closely, is that it seems like there is no plot. So he's not really missing anything.
I saw one scene as I was watching someone watch it on a plane. That's all I've seen of Squid Game. I understand that it has a lot of like gore and it's really kind of disturbing at times.
I like the gore aspect of it. Korean horror movies are usually pretty gory in a very good way if you're into that kind of stuff.
Like, what's the gore? What am I going to see on this that's gory in a Korean way that you've seen? Give me an example.
Someone, one of the characters stuck their fingers into this like machinery, and their fingers popped.
Popped?
Yeah.
Like their knuckles cracked, like some annoying guy in a meeting.
The fingers got crushed, and there was this like pop sound.
Pop sound. Oh,
it's really good.
Did they do the English dub of the pop sound?
Yeah, it just said pop across.
That'd be so. There are certain sounds that seem like, oh, those would be, worldwide, or like they wouldn't change based on what language. Like the sound of a dog barking. We should look it up. The sound people make to say a dog is barking, like ruff ruff, like we say ruff ruff, but like in different languages, it's like aka aka. Like it'll be like a totally different sound, but we're all hearing the same thing. We're just saying something different. There's this really great thing on Reddit that I'm going to share later today during Reddit Dump of what English speakers sound like to non-English speakers. You know how when we do imitations of a different language, it's like for like French, but to French people that would sound like gibberish, like it's not anything. But we can make it sound like we're saying something. Like Conan does a really good Armenian impression where he just makes up words and it sounds like he's speaking a language. I'm not really good. I'm not fast on my feet enough to come up with a new language, but it's I'll share it with you later. And it's a song this Italian guy made to prove that back, I think it was in the 60s, maybe 70s, this guy was an Italian singer, songwriter, pop star in Italy, and he was frustrated that every single song that seemed to be a hit was any song that was English speaking. And he was just frustrated because he's like, these Italians will fall for anything. So I'm just going to make a song that sounds like English. And so it's complete gibberish English, but it sounds like what we would hear if we didn't speak English and we heard someone like talking it, Yeah. And it's so good. You're going to love it. Speaking of Squid Game, actually, I was on set yesterday with Jimmy Fallon. He might have been there just visiting a friend. He might have been hosting. He might have been working the craft service table. No one knows. But there was some mention of Squid Game, and I said I actually haven't even seen it. I had to come clean because I was like laughing along like I got the reference, and I didn't. And I go, I haven't actually seen it. And he goes, you don't need to. It's disturbing, and I wish I hadn't seen it, he said. Like, he was like, it's one of those things that you are like, my life isn't better because I saw that disturbing thing. And that's why I feel like I think I'm smart to not watch these things because they do. But also I read a lot of grim things, and I'm on Reddit looking at, last images, which is pictures that people post of the last image picture was taken of a person. And so I'm looking at kind of like morbid things constantly that sometimes make me a little sad and make me have an existential crisis. But in terms of, I guess we are always seeking adrenaline, and I guess Squid Game and these kind of gory moments, hearing fingers pop, give you adrenaline and like make you feel alive and remind you're alive. I guess I don't understand. You went to a haunted house type thing.
I did.
We had just talked about that, and I go, you lied. I thought you said you didn't like them.
I didn't lie. I tried. So I told Avi, he's like, okay, you choose the dinner place. And I tried really hard to choose a place where we would overeat and just get too tired to do it. It didn't work. Oh my God,
that's so funny.
We went to this delicious Mexican.
It was a bed and breakfast.
Well, I was just like, oh, how about we order like two things? I tried ordering like the most fattening thing on the menu so that we would feel tired to try to get him to not
want to go a haunted hayride. What was it? It was
like 3 haunted houses. I only did 2, and they had cornfields. Do you know how creepy that is? Yes. But I'm glad I did it.
Okay.
It was terrifying.
Well, why are you glad then? And also, why didn't he eat enough? And why didn't your plan work?
Oh, we ate a lot, but he insisted on going because he loves that stuff.
Oh, so then you're just going and you want to throw up the whole time and you're scared.
Okay, yes, but luckily the lines for each were so long that I could, digest. Shake off the nerves.
Oh,
But
you had to wait in line to go into a corn maze and fucking be scared?
I was glad.
Honestly, take a haunted house out of it. For me, standing in line for something with the public, for something that is not worth standing in line for. I guess maybe it was. That is a haunted house to me. Okay, wait a second. So why are you better off for having gone through it? Sell me on this.
Okay, so the good thing was that I just got to be scared and I got to scream a lot, and I think that was a big stress reliever for me. I did like how before you go in, the person who like worked the front door or whatever of the haunted house was like, they won't touch you, no touching the actors, no running, and I was like, oh, they don't touch you? Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yes. Did my ex-boyfriends work there? Was it all people that I've been intimate with? And
I said they don't
I always
touch.
feel like I know, that's what I'm saying. I always feel like I wanted to write a joke at one point, I think, about haunted houses and how they always say they can't touch you, and how like that's probably my boyfriend probably works at one of those, and he's just like
That's funny.
he can't leave work at work. He takes it home with him, and he doesn't feel comfortable touching because it's just not what he does at work, and so that put you at ease that they didn't touch you.
Yes. I also like that I just got to be like a damsel in distress. I like clamp.
And Avi got to protect you.
I got to like clamp onto his arm. I got to like
Cute.
make him go ahead of me.
Oh, it's kind of a cute first date idea because it creates a space for intimacy that you otherwise wouldn't. You know, touching someone or grabbing onto them or getting really close to them is something that happens usually after you've, had a couple drinks or something. It's a way to force that kind of closeness.
Yeah.
That's always what is so difficult about dating, I think, and like the first move of like who's gonna touch who. That's why I've come up with the whole thing of like if you're next to someone and your arms are barely touching, if you leave it, that's a sign a girl likes you. Like if it's barely imperceptible that you're touching and she leaves it, because she could move it away and it wouldn't be like offensive, like get away, but she could just move like a millimeter and it would make it so you guys weren't touching. But if she leaves it, she likes you. But that's so hard to do, to get to a place where you either have to smush in the back of a car or like there has to be something that gets you really close to touch. Otherwise, or there's no need to really like bundle with each other. But a haunted house, that's a good idea. Okay, maybe I'm sold on it.
Yeah. Also, I thought of you because when we were in the cornfield, there was like reenactments of like horror movies, and one of them was Leatherface, and there's a Leatherface character like standing in the way, and every time
reminded you of me.
No, not that.
Just kidding.
Not that. So I just start laughing, and he keeps blocking my way, and I start laughing, and he goes, "Why are you laughing at me?" So I thought about about how you say that when we're nervous, we start laughing to show our canines, and I was like, he can't see my canines.
You're like
scaring him
it's because I'm laughing because I'm
terrified.
more scared. Like, but why are you laughing at me is so funny. He went home that day and was like, I didn't do it. I couldn't bring it today. This girl wouldn't stop laughing at me. And what is Leatherface? Is that the like?
It's from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's the character that chopped everybody up.
I'm picturing Michael Myers for some reason. What's the difference between their masks?
Oh,
Michael Myers has the white mask.
Yes.
I guess his has a little bit more like patches to it and like looks a little more disheveled.
Leatherface, it kind of looks like a burlap sack, but the leather is made of human skin.
Oh, the way that you said that is just as darling as sometimes I like to just divide it with my nose. Okay, so speaking of face and leather faces, I have become obsessed with a thing called Face Gym here in Los Angeles. So I got into town on Sunday. I flew in from Indy, took a really early morning flight, got in here super early because you lose 3 hours. And my hotel, I wasn't able to check in. And so I'm like so tired. All I want to do is just like crawl into a bed and die. And they're like, I get there at 10 and they're like, the room's not gonna be ready till 3. I'm like, can I buy a room? I was like, can I buy a room from yesterday to have it so I can sleep until checkout today at noon, like 2 hours. That's how desperate I was for sleep. And they were like, sorry, it's full. So I go, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I just walk out into the world and I'm just sad and tired. And I stumble upon this place called Face Gym, which I've been to in New York ages ago. I think they offered me like a free session because, as someone DM'd me and I go, okay, I'll do it. And I wasn't crazy about it when I went in New York. But I went into this place because I'm like, I got time to kill. A face massage seems good, a kind of a facial. I don't like facials anymore, honestly. I don't like extractions. They tend to disrupt my skin and make me like my skin purge and it like gets all. I just have my skin has been never better because I haven't had a fucking facial in 2 years. And my skin's never looked better. So what are you gonna, there you go. But I remember this place isn't an invasive. They're not squeezing your skin. And it's costly though, dude. You walk in, it's called Face Gym. And they're like, hey, what's up? And the music is like, punch, 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 punch. Oh yeah. It's like Equinox music. And it's really bright. And all the chairs it's almost like you're at a salon. So it's all, chairs next to each other. And you lay back in this chair. And there's a mirror in front of you. And like bars on the mirror, like you're at a bar class, but the bars don't serve any purpose. I was like, can I put my feet in these? And they're like, no. So they talk to me. They're like, what would you like to do for your workout today? And I'm like, let's drop the workout. Like can I talk normally? I don't want to have to do your whole thing. Like, this isn't a workout for your face. You're laying in a chair. I want this to be relaxing. And I'm like, I don't know. What do you recommend? And the prices are crazy, dude. Like, it starts out, I think, $95 for their like basic. And then it goes to a deep clean. It's like $195. And then it's like the cryotherapy, which is like a deep hydrating. It's like $235. So it's like, it ain't cheap. I want to say that. If you can't afford it, I really recommend it. There's a girl in West Hollywood location. If you're in LA, the West Hollywood location, Haley. Don't take a risk with anyone else. I'm not even kidding you. I don't even know who else works there. Maybe Haley's not even the best. But to me, I had a White Lotus moment with her where I was like Jennifer Coolidge's character, where I was like, you're amazing. And like, I think you should start a salon with me in St. Louis. Like, I was ready to recruit this woman. I am obsessed with her. And so I went in on Sunday and I got the cryo. What they do is they massage your face, which I need this in my life. Face massage is so underrated. Like the deep cleaning thing where they do all the other stuff to your face. It feels like your face is going in a car wash and then it's just, my face has never looked better, but they do this thing where they put a ball on your face and they roll the muscles. And I hate stretching my face. Y'all know that that's why I won't go skydiving or play with my niece and make funny faces because I don't want to stretch out my skin on my face. I do not go like, I'll never do that. I'll never go like, ooh, and pull down my skin ever. When I sleep on my face, I like sleep so it's like up. Like I pull it like up. And so I was reluctant to have someone like tug on my face and like massage it. But oh my God, Noa, she got in these like knots on my jaw and did hard pressure. Dude, it was transcendent. And not to mention the music is still like pooch, 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 pooch. We're gonna rock you. Oh. And I'm just like, this is not relaxing at all. In terms of the music, but I went to another dimension. And this face massage, it was so complete. There was every little nook and cranny she got in. I was so happy. And then at the end of it, I went to dinner with Carlisle hours later and she was like, you look like a child. Like my face was just so bright and shiny and hydrated. It was awesome. I'm literally thinking about getting a franchise in St. Louis so I can go regularly. I'm not kidding you. I need this. Or creating some version of facial massage because the thing is, if anyone out there listening knows where I can get a face massage in St. Louis, Missouri, let me know because I don't know that it's a thing and I need it. Anyway, it was so good. I went to her yesterday. So got in Sunday, went to her that day. Then yesterday, I was done with my shoot. Oh, man, I shot so early in the morning. 7 o'clock call time to get in my car. That means I had to be in hair and makeup at 5.
Oh.
Got there, did the show, done by 12:30. So much fun, doing it again today. But I went to her, and Noah, she like didn't remember me. I walked in because I was like, "Hi, Haley," because I called and I was like, "I want whoever I had yesterday." And I even told her, I was like, "I'm coming back tomorrow," and she was like, "Great." So then I showed up again. She did not know who I was, didn't care, like I don't think recognized me or anything like that. Doesn't matter. I don't even think about those things. I really don't. But I go, "Haley, what did I do yesterday? Because I think I want to do." And she goes, I don't let me check. I was like hurt that she didn't remember like the specific thing.
You're just
that we
another
had worked.
face.
I'm just another fucking face. And it reminded me of the fact that when I meet people or do shows or have, a lot of times I'll do shows, and I'll get flown in for like a private event and I'll stay at a hotel and I'll go to like a dinner and I'll do the show and I'll be at a club all weekend long. I don't remember anything about the club. I don't remember how to get to the green room. I don't remember and I always want to tell these people, like, I do this every single day. If I remembered it at all, I'd be Einstein. I don't have the bandwidth for that, And I have to have the, Bare Naked Ladies rap to Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken, you have a drum. That is in my head and taking up space, so I can't remember your face or what I did at the Dallas Hyenas. But this girl didn't remember me, and it was a good reminder that when we feel special, when there's like, again, White Lotus, the guy that makes everyone at the hotel feel so special, the one, and it's all bullshit, you guys. Like, it's rare to find someone that you actually make an impression on in customer service, even if you think you have like a really genuine moment. Because I swear to God, I thought this woman was like, I was like Jennifer Coolidge, and this woman was, because at the very beginning, they kind of do this over your chest and like touch your like very top of your boobs. Oh my God. So good. I think I was a little bit gay for this girl because her touch was just so amazing. And she gently like stroked the top of my boobs, and I'm like ovulating right now. So my boobs are so sensitive. And I was just like, I wasn't horny for it, but just made me feel so good. And again, I'm questioning everything, but I'm obsessed with face massage. Let's get Andrew in here. Andrew! Hey, Andrew.
What's going on?
I mean, I know what's going on in your world. How'd you sleep last night? Or did you sleep because you're watching Squid Game?
Oh.
Constantly.
I guess the cat's out of the bag.
Squid's out of the shell.
Shelling up. I can't even do anything without Noah talking about our business.
I mean, she says all you've been doing is watching Squid Game. She can't pry you from it.
First of all, she watched 4 episodes with me last night.
Right.
We had pho, or I had pho. Or fa. Fuck you.
I love how you got it wrong. You fa. You're just singing the scale.
Fa sol la mi so fo.
Yeah.
I got it was the first time we got fa fo, and it was delicious. Noah got some kind of egg roll thing, and we watched
Boon.
I didn't even think that Squid Games was Asian. Had nothing to do with one another.
Squid Game is Korean, I believe, and pho is Vietnamese.
Yes, so it has
nothing to do with each other.
I don't want to be canceled for going Asian on Asian.
Well, you did start it out like it was some kind of like, oh, we did a theme night.
I was wearing a gi, and
okay.
I did have a triangle hat on, but it had nothing to do.
Andrew.
I'm telling you though.
Okay, I'm getting it. Like, I'm sure you, were you in your little robe?
I did have a dragon.
You're a brown belt, right? Because your robe belt just fell in the toilet one time. Brown tip belt.
I did have a dragon kite following me around the apartment.
Okay, enough. Let's move
on. It wasn't related.
I get it. Well, we get your joke. It's so funny. Okay, so you could keep going forever. I mean, just naming other things. It's a cool premise.
I drive a Toyota.
Okay.
That is completely separate, though, from all of
All right. But what are your thoughts on Squid Game, and why did it take you so long to get into Squid Game, and why now? And yeah.
I think one, the subtitles, having to read. You know me, I'm not a big reader, so I know I gotta.
I hear you're looking at your phone a lot and missing entire, like, you can't even.
What is going on here?
Well, we know how you watch TV.
I like to paint the full picture.
Well,
yeah. So but Andrew, I do have a question for you. When you miss a big part of a TV show and then because this happens to me all the time when I'm watching stuff. I go back and rewatch the thing I missed. Do you? I don't think you do that. I think you just keep on plowing through.
I keep plowing, and eventually
and then
I'll
you
catch
say
up.
You saw it.
I'll plow on. I'll catch up. I mean, I can put my brain together. I know what happened. I can miss a whole episode and know exactly what's going on.
I don't think you can. I think you miss things, and then because I'll reference things sometimes, and you're like, I don't know that. I'm like, that is a huge plot point where you were watching a TikTok about how to get your fade.
You know what? You're on your phone when we watch things. I can't
what I'm
even
saying,
talk
but I
to
go
you.
back.
You're
I
listening to
go
White
back.
Noise, which is a radio show, every morning. I can't talk to you.
Yeah, but
I'll talk.
What does that have to do with anything? This is almost like the beginning of this, where you were just naming different Eastern culture things. What is me having listening to a radio show where I don't want to talk? Like I'm choosing to. I'm not trying to have a conversation and do that. I'm.
Oh, you're
like,
not.
I always,
I'm in the room with you.
But I have it on my headphones a lot of times, or you weren't in the room when I was listening to it on speaker, and then you walk in and start talking to me, and then I turn it down so I can hear you, and then I turn it back up when you're done talking.
You go like this. You go what? I'm not.
But I will say that when I've been trying to watch Chappelle's special for so long now, and I cannot. It's too slow for me, and when I put it on the TV, I can't do double the speed. So I just get so distracted, and I have to rewatch. I had to rewatch one story of his 20 times. I'm still not through it, and it's just the story of him being followed in the mall by that woman. Like it's not that long of a story, and I cannot get through it because I look down at my phone and I get distracted. But I go back. Because I don't want to miss something.
Here's the thing. Last night I was falling asleep to, I believe, episode 6. I fell.
Wow.
I was kind of going in and out. And so this morning I turned on episode 6. I watched what I watched last night, and I did catch up. I did fill in some gaps that might have been there from sleeping. But if I miss something from watching my phone, I mean, that's like I'll watch my phone while I drive for an hour and a half. I'll get there. I get there.
Are you supposed to say that?
Probably not.
That's I mean, I feel like everyone just is half watching things now.
I do
when
it
you
too.
say you watch something, you can't trust. Even my parents don't really. My mom's always on her phone, but my dad will fall asleep. And I talked about White Lotus to them, and they were nearly done with the show, and they were like, "Yeah, we started it." And I go, "Oh, well, there's this I referenced something that happens at the end that wasn't a spoiler," and they go, "Oh yeah, we saw. I think we saw that." I'm like, you saw the whole show, but you don't remember because you fell asleep. I'm someone who I can't deal with that.
I tried watching.
I need to go back.
I remember from my childhood that movie Dune, which is like
They just brought it back.
they
right?
brought
Isn't
it back
Timothy
with
Chalamet?
Chalamet and Zendaya, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit there. I know this is gonna be slow. I know it's gonna be kind of weird and like scientific and whatever. I lasted, honestly, 4 minutes tops.
Yeah.
They started talking in like a weird voice of, we have to get this back. And I'm done. I don't need this. I don't need it. Squid Games is unbelievable.
Slow things. Well, tell me why.
It's just, dude, I almost started crying in the last episode. It was...
the last episode or the last one you watched?
The last one I watched. There's an old man in the show. I'm not going to give away anything, but he is the most...
I'm never going to watch it because I don't watch things unless I have a partner to watch them with. And my last one just watched it.
Oh. Well.
You.
Yeah. Well, I'm not
You're
done.
the only one I knew that didn't watch it. No, there's no catch. I can't catch up. I can't watch anything alone.
I just
So
never
tell
thought
me.
that you would want to watch this, so...
Well, is it as gory and scary and finger
No.
poppy as you...
It's gory. You see a lot of death, but it's not.
Okay.
It's not like scary death. It's
Is
like
it like jump scares?
Not really.
Not
have You
really.
have you seen Running Man, the movie,
No.
back in the day? Oh.
No.
Well, anyways, it has a lot of heart. It really does, and the main character. There's a lot of main characters, but the first episode, this guy, he's downtrodden. He's a gambler. He's not there for his daughter. He's in debt, and he plays
sounds
this
like
character.
a guy you relate to.
He's the best actor I think I might have ever seen. He's like a dumb dog in it. He's just like, ooh, ooh, like, and it's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. It's crazy how good of an actor this guy is. Like, he emotes so much on the screen. I don't know.
Who's like your favorite? I feel like I don't. Some people that think there are actors that are good, I disagree with them so much. Like, I think acting and what you think is good and what it's not, it's totally subjective. Because some people are like, they're the best actor. And I'm like, I just see them acting. Or I don't know. It's hard.
Who's your
for
favorite
me.
actor? Favorite actor?
I mean, probably Tom
Actress.
Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I feel like Tom Hanks really does get me there. And I feel like he is those characters. Like, he is like, even though I know he's acting, I forget he's acting, which is, something that it's hard for me to do in a lot of stuff. And then I do think, I'm watching the morning show, and the girl, Hannah Schoenberg from the first season.
Yeah.
I think she's one of the best actresses I've ever seen. I thought she really was incredible, and I was sad to see.
Wait, did you watch the second season?
No.
Oh, it's on.
She back, baby?
I don't
Did she
think
come
so.
back?
If
I don't
it's-
think she
I
can
think-
come back from what happened. I thought she might, though, because I started watching. What I thought was second season I was starting. This is like, again, I forget what I watched. I watched the last episode of the first season, months ago.
Yes.
And I started up second season, but it started the last episode of the first season. I didn't know, and I'm watching it like it's new, and there's nothing about it that's reminds me of anything I've seen before. And then she's there, and I go, did she come back from the dead? Is this a flashback? What's happening? Spoiler alert. And and then I realized I was watching the last episode.
I saw a tweet, someone watched Succession, just put it on automatically, but it was the first episode of the show, and they were like, I thought it was all flashbacks. Like, I thought third season, first episode.
This is why we're not paying attention when we watch things
Okay,
anymore.
but this is my point, though. Squid Games, you don't need a Tom Hanks. You don't need, a Leonardo DiCaprio. You don't know who anyone is, and that's why it's so great. Like, you're just starting with a nice, clean palette. And I love shows like that.
I watch things because, I guess Morning Show I did watch because Jennifer Aniston is in it, and I just like her, and Steve Carell, so it's going to be good. But I feel like most of the time I'm motivated to watch something, it's not because the actor in it is someone I want to see do something. Does that make sense?
That's getting less and less. I mean, I think the idea of I guess I put on Dune because of Chalamet fucking that peach, but it still didn't do anything for me.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think. I think what matters is critical acclaim. Is like is the cultural phenomenon. For me, wanting to be moved by something to the point where I'm like thinking about it all the time. I love art that does that for me. And like when something like Squid Game for sure is this thing that just took over the conversation immediately, like Tiger King.
Yeah, it's the Island Boys of Netflix.
It was huge.
Yes,
but. I know that it had so much gore in it, and that it is also something that causes a lot of anxiety, and it's like an anxious-y type show.
Yes.
And I'm gonna pass, but I'm also going to talk to my friends who have seen it to get enough cultural references that I can slide it into jokes in the future, or understand jokes being made about it enough to like fit in with people and be able to talk about it at the cool table. But
yeah, I mean, look, I think
I don't need to watch it.
The old man in it is the most human character you'll ever see on a TV show, I think.
Okay. There's something about this that's striking a chord for you, and I'm interested to know what is so emotional about this for you. I think you relate to the character or something.
A lot of it is sacrificing yourself for others, which may be something I try to do, but I probably am not good at, and I see it. Of giving up your life for another. I can't even imagine that.
It's interesting, though, that you talk about, sacrificing yourself for others or, like, doing something for others. I mean, it's just, I think, the more, and I've talked about this so much, but the more I get outside of myself and stop doing things selfishly and actually try to do something for someone else that's self-sacrificing in terms of my time or my money or whatever, it's just, it never ceases to make me feel better and to feel in not a selfish way and not a way that I'm like, I get to tell everyone I did this good thing, but just genuinely makes you feel good. And I wish that was, I want more people to understand that. So when you realize, when you give and you donate to places, or you give an extra tip to someone, or you just do nice things for people, that it makes you feel better too. Then the thing that's preventing you from doing those things is because we're all so selfish. But essentially, you could do this thing that's going to make you feel a lot better. And I just wish people knew that. I didn't know that. You know,
like,
I always
don't
knew
look at your
volunteering.
phone when you watch the show. Do it for them. You know?
What do you mean?
Like, no, I'm saying, like, we're also self-centered. Like, we look at our phone when we're watching. Like, maybe don't look at your phone for the whole show.
That's not what I'm talking about at all.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I'm just talking about literally doing
Altruism.
something that doesn't get you any kind of brownie points with your friend, like not anonymous donations, doing something that you're not going to brag about to people, that you're just doing to help someone else. And you don't even need a thank you from them. And being in a place where you could actually be there and not, I feel like I know so few people who do that. Including myself. Like, even when I put a tip in at Starbucks, I want them to thank me. And when I do nice things, sometimes I've gotten to a better place with it where I don't need thank yous and things like that. But there is something that you want, some sort of validation, but being able to do things without the validation is so key to my self-esteem and self-worth. And I just didn't know that. I didn't know that that was a way to get out of depression. And that depression, because it seems so like you hate yourself. Like, why would that be selfish to be depressed? And I don't mean to make people who are depressed feel bad about it, or like you're so selfish, but that's not what I'm saying. Because the worst thing to do is feel worse when you're depressed about, like, oh, now I'm going to feel selfish that I'm depressed. Great, Nikki. But it's like, no, it is a selfish act to be depressed. You're obsessed with, like, I'm bad. I'm worthless. No one likes me. I don't deserve to be alive. And I'm not trying to make that like, I'm not trying to make it a moral issue if you're a bad person to feel that way, but I never thought of depression as selfish. If anything, I thought it was like, you hate yourself, so how could that be selfish? So the antidote to being selfish is to get out of yourself and do something for other people that has nothing to do with you. And I wish more rich people would do that, because rich people are depressed as fuck, and they have something to actually give, even if they don't have the time to volunteer. Or whatever. I used to always think that I don't have time to volunteer, and I don't want to. I don't want to. Like, I always thought that people that volunteering and helping at Goodwill or soup kitchens, they wanted to do it. Like, they have some chip in them that makes them want to do it. And it's like, no, they know that it makes them feel better. Not because of the likes they get by posting it on social media, but like, you know, the ones that just do it to do it. They know that it makes their themselves better, thus making the world a better place for their family and friends. I don't know. There's so much like greed that I don't know. I just want people to be kinder. And I came up with a new mantra, because Carlisle has this book called Healing Yourself, Healing from Within. What's it called? I forget. It's lying around here somewhere. I'll get the name of it, but it's mantras for every physical ailment that you can use to like heal what you're going through. And she found in the back of the glossary, it says canker sores, and canker sores are related to having shame and feeling like you can't say what you want to say. And like, I so relate to that. Like, all of my ailments are always in my throat and in my mouth, and it's always related to, I feel like I'm not speaking my truth. And obviously I'm someone that speaks the truth, but like, there's just something backed up there recently. And so she gave me the mantra, and it was, I create joyful experiences for my loving world. And so yesterday I meditated, and all I said was, I create joyful experiences for my loving world. I create joyful experiences for my loving world. And the truth is, that's my goal in life. That's all I want to do. And so I'm like, what if every decision I made was filtered through that? I already failed today because I had admonished Andrew for being racist this morning, and it probably made him feel bad. So that wasn't creating a joyful experience for my loving world.
Yeah.
So I fail here and there, but if I do filter everything through that, life could be pretty sweet.
Wow.
because that is like my goal, because she read one that was like near the canker sores because her boyfriend.
Does she have any for anal fissures?
Honestly, I'm not even joking you. There
Can
would
you look
be
it
one.
up, please? I really would love
Where
that
is the
mantra
book?
because
Hold
my
on, let me see if
asshole's
I can
been
find the
killing.
book. Let me see if I can find the book. I'm at her place right now.
Yeah, for some reason flying hurts my asshole. I think maybe I get dehydrated up there.
Yeah,
Or maybe
and
my
the-
asshole tightens up the higher the altitude.
Right, like the pressure changes. For sure.
I wonder if a lot of pilots deal with assholes that hurt. I could never be an F-15 pilot.
All right. I don't think that literally she has every other self-help book alive. There's a book called How to Be Alone. There's a book called The Power of Habit. There's a book called 10 Days to Self-Esteem. These are all books that are propping up the laptop right now, but
I
there's
thought
not
they were
that
Matthew
one.
McConaughey movies.
Let me see where that book is.
Yeah.
Where is the healing book? Yeah, she's out
I
right
mean,
now.
I was talking to Noah about how flying hurts my butthole, and
Ah.
I wonder if it's connected. Maybe I sit down longer than usual.
I think
the
all
pressure,
these ailments are mental.
Yeah, they really. I mean, it's
It's a physical thing that is like compounded by the mental stress, and
Oh,
that's
for
where
sure.
you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, your brain goes down there and like fucking.
my asshole always hurts more on the weekend when I'm like just stressed. Like even though I don't feel stressed, but obviously it's somewhere. You know, I want to do a good job. Whatever, you know, tension or you know, things are when you're traveling, everything's heightened, and I think my asshole pain gets heightened. I think it's connected, it's correlated. It's interesting.
Too bad your like height can't get heightened.
I try. I'll wear your heels, but then my calves hurt. It all adds up.
Hold on, she told me it's behind me on a bookshelf. One second.
I bet you the mantra is just like, don't
It's
fly.
called You Can Heal Your Life. All right, let's look up anal fissures. Oh my God, there's literally everything in here. Okay, anal fissures. Okay,
I think it's fissures.
Not in here, but I'll look up fissures. Okay,
I guess we could do hemorrhoids. It's close enough. Hemorrhoids.
fistula? No, okay, hemorrhoids, which you know are hemorrhoids, right? Not ham. Can you spell hemorrhoids for us real quick?
HAM.
Nope.
I know.
All right,
It's
so you're up.
HEMMO.
No, HEMORRHOIDS. Okay, 175 and 211. Let's get to this. 175.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like hemorrhoids.
Yeah. Hemorrhoids.
Okay, 175. Here we go.
Is that a hemi? No, it's
Okay,
a hemorrhoid.
hemorrhoids.
All
This
right.
is actually interesting. Okay,
It's
hemorrhoids.
close enough, but I don't know if it's going to do the trick.
Fear of deadlines, anger of the past, afraid to let go, feeling burdened. Okay, so your mantra is, I release all that is unlike love. There is time and space for everything I want to do. Again,
That's long.
I release all that is unlike love.
I
There's time.
release all that is unlike love.
There is time and space for everything I want to do.
There's time and space for everything I want to do.
Okay, Noah, hit me with something
What do
you've
you
been
have?
struggling with.
Neck pains.
Neck pains. Neck pains. All right. Let's go to. Oh my God, they have everything in here. This is cool.
They
Neck
have
problems.
fissures.
Okay. Refusing to see other sides of a question, stubbornness, and flexibility. Okay, and this is your mantra. It is with flexibility and ease that I see all sides of an issue. There are endless ways of doing things and seeing things. I am safe. I know it's a long one, but that's one that you can like write a bunch, you know, like you could almost do like a Bart Simpson beginning of Simpsons
yeah.
where you write it
On the
over and over.
chalkboard.
So I'm sending these to both of you right
Thanks.
now.
I just got
this
it.
book
Thank
again
you.
is called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Oh, Louise Hay is like a guru of this.
Oh,
I've
nice.
heard her reference a
Heartburn's
million
right
times.
here, too.
Yeah, dude. What's heartburn?
Heartburn is I breathe freely and fully. I am safe. I trust the process of life.
Whoa, that's you, dude.
I love how all of this is like go with the flow.
Yeah.
With the flow.
Dude, I'm into this shit. I'm into like letting go, forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself is, I think, the biggest lesson I've learned over the past year and a half is like being able to be okay with whatever you do and being like, so many people are talking about the Alec Baldwin thing real quick and then we'll get to the news.
Okay.
And this is all say on it, except, obviously how horrible it was, and unbelievable it is. Like, it truly feels like something that would happen in a fever dream, like a news alert that would show up on your phone in a dream.
Are you talking about his last movie?
So, well, probably is going to be. It's good. Someone was saying to me, like, if you were him, you would never be you would never be able to forgive yourself. You would never be able to, your life would be ruined forever. Or like, let's say if you accidentally killed someone in any way, and even if it was your fault, say you're texting or driving, whatever, like you could never forgive yourself. I truly believe I could. And maybe that makes me crazy, but it's not like I want to do that. I feel like I could forgive someone who took the life accidentally of a family member of mine or a loved one. Like I could or even my own, if there's an afterlife. And I saw this guy get sentenced to 25 years in prison for speeding. He was going 102. He's a child speeding in Florida in a drag race, and he killed this woman. And I was thinking, if I were that woman, I would not want this guy to go away for 25 years. Like it's, I don't know. That's a separate issue, and I don't want to get DMs about it and being like, you're such a monster. But I hope Alec Baldwin can forgive himself. I hope he can have a good life after this, and that he doesn't suffer the rest of his life with just immense guilt, crouching on the street, crying. Like, I hope he can smile again someday, and that we don't make him out to be a villain for being able to have a happy life again. He didn't mean to. He wouldn't choose to do that.
I saw.
And
Sorry, go ahead.
Maybe there's some world in which he did something wrong by even pointing the gun at someone. Like maybe there's something he did wrong in that scenario. Even then, I hope he can forgive himself someday. I hope that AD can forgive himself someday. I hope, I'm not saying what they did was okay and like we should just let it go. What I'm saying is I just think that I could forgive anything if the person truly didn't mean to do it. And even in cases where they did mean to do it, because I don't think people actually choose to what their brain wants them to do. But
I saw this powerful video of this murder. This guy murdered the guy's son. And
I love that video.
Holy shit. The father of the son who was murdered forgives the guy in front of the whole courtroom.
That's the only way to get closure.
Oh, the chills in it was like wild. But like, I do think unfortunately the woman that was killed, if her family was able to forgive him, it might, I don't know. I haven't done any research on like,
I think that even if they didn't forgive me, I could learn to forgive myself. And I hope that his forgiveness of himself is not dependent on their forgiveness. Because it isn't. It honestly isn't. But
I know. I'm just saying it helps. I mean, yeah.
It shouldn't. I think it can go all the way down to like forgiving yourself for. I mean, this comes down to body image stuff. Like I was only able to arrive at this kind of like blanket forgiveness because I struggled so much with like I hating myself. I'm such a messy person. I am sometimes mean to my friends. Why is my spray tan is so disgusting? I look dirty all the time. I have bags under my eyes because I didn't sleep right when I should have slept. I should have gotten my roots done. And I just like every day I just have to remind myself like you didn't mean to look this way today. You didn't want to be mean to your friend. You didn't check a box and go in an hour. I'm gonna be mean to Andrew. I can't wait. It just happens. You can forgive yourself. You can make amends, and you can
So if you murder me, how long you mourning? I mean, are we talking a day? 3 weeks?
Well, if I murder you, I'm probably not going to mourn because I'm like insane. And I'm probably like, yeah, finally. Okay, let's get to the news.
No answer? You pleading the fifth?
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
Do that. Where are you going?
He's going to grab something, he said.
Oh, interesting. Fissure. Oh, I know what he's grabbing.
What is he grabbing? What
Just
do you
kidding.
predict?
Did he get my mom to record it? Did he call my mom? Because if it's him doing just kidding, I don't think that's going to cut it. I have a feeling he over speakerphone, he got my mom to do just kidding. That's my guess.
Wow.
That's my guess. But he doesn't know that I just predicted that because he doesn't have his headphones on.
He doesn't know.
All right. I'm excited for what you just got. Okay, let's
news.
Get into it.
It is Tuesday. You know what that means, folks. It's Tuesday. And boy, are we having a great time here, aren't we?
Just kidding.
That's the best she could do.
I called.
I mean, while you were gone, I said, let me guess. He called her on speakerphone and recorded it.
Just kidding.
She made me repeat it, too. She's such a Glaser.
No,
Even though
what do you
She
mean
didn't
she
like
made
the
you
first
repeat it?
take.
She didn't like the
well,
first
the second
take.
take was bad, too. She goes, just kidding. It's just kidding.
Just kidding.
Are you telling your mom how she does her own voice?
Yeah, because she's trying too hard in that one. We'll get a better one later in person. But
Well, I
that
hope
was
you're having
very
all the
thoughtful.
swells out there. I'll tell you that.
Just kidding.
No, but I really.
Okay, I kind of like it now. Okay, I apologize, and I've forgiven you.
Hey, I had to order that on Amazon.
Listen, I know as soon as I realized later in the day, I didn't thank Andrew for ordering that thing, but were you waiting for me to thank you for that?
No,
honestly?
not at all.
Honestly,
What are you, no. What
Okay.
Are you crazy?
I
No.
feel like okay.
All right. The National Confectioners Association,
Okay, yeah.
whatever that means, says 80% of Americans say they enjoy eating candy corn on Halloween. Of that number, 52% say they eat it one piece at a time.
What?
Candy corn, for
What
some
does that
reason.
mean? One piece at a who's eating handfuls of candy corn?
Oh, yeah.
And
That's
why is that
wild.
even a part of the question? And how do you eat your candy corn?
Well, here's the thing. I'll go, at least as a kid, I would bite the little white part off at the bottom first. Chew that
Yeah.
up.
Uh-huh.
And then get to I would then eat the gold and then get to the very little tip.
I'm guessing none of it tastes any different than the other parts.
I was a fan of candy corn. Now here's the thing: you eat 15, fantastic. You eat 40, you feel the worst you've ever felt
Yeah,
in your
it's
life.
just a sugar bomb. And it's waxy and it's just filling. Yeah, candy corn is a very polarizing confection. I like it. I don't eat candy anymore, but man, I wouldn't have. I liked candy corn. It's it's not up there with the conversation hearts around Valentine's Day in terms of holiday themed candy. But candy corn is not terrible, but it is not the first candy I would ever go to, and I think it doesn't even break my top 100 candies.
You want to know how I
not
know
terrible.
candy corn isn't great?
Huh?
You don't fucking eat it any other week of the year. Like, it's the same reason why we don't eat Thanksgiving. Even Thanksgiving meal is better than candy corn. But if it
Right.
was so great, we would do it more than once. That's my thing.
We
And
do. We.
when have you bought candy corn outside of October?
No. I'm talking about
Noah?
Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Like turkey.
Thanksgiving
People
might
eat
have been a
turkey.
bad analogy, but
Yeah, well, no, but you're probably right. But I think Thanksgiving is delicious. Why do we wait? But why don't we do Christmas a bunch? Because that also feels good to like give a ton of toys and stuff.
I guess it feels good because we do it once a year. And
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I just
candy
think-
corn, no one's jonesing for that taste.
But people are doing Snickers all year. My point is, we do all this
Mm-hmm.
other Halloween candy year round, but candy corn, we keep it there. Valentine
Yeah.
hearts, we keep it there.
Ugh,
There's got to
God,
be a
even
reason.
Talking about candy corn is making me feel nauseous.
Yeah, same.
It's gross.
Would
I
you
don't-
rather have baby corn or candy corn? I hate baby corn.
I
It
love-
scares me.
That little, like the little corn that isn't corn, like the thing in Tom Hanks in Big goes.
Yeah, what is it?
It's not actual corn. I think
Wait,
it's a
what?
plant. It's a vegetable in and of itself, but it looks like corn.
Did you know this?
What? Sorry, I was looking at something for the show.
Is little corn, baby corn, not corn?
Wait, it's not?
I don't think so.
Just kidding.
No, I really do think. Wait, is baby corn corn? Is baby corn corn?
I never eat baby corn. It
corn,
freaks
corn.
me out.
This is
Okay,
the day
baby
we all
corn
learn.
comes from regular corn. Okay, it can come from any number of kinds of varieties, but it's just picked at a much earlier stage. Oh, never mind. Okay. For some reason, I heard that it wasn't corn. Sorry. Wait a second. It says the adorable mystery of where baby corn comes from is officially solved. Unlike baby carrots, these miniatures really deserve their name. Okay. So they are baby corn, but baby carrots are actually just carrots cut down to baby size.
Okay.
Yes.
So wait. All right. So why don't we? I know this isn't a joke.
It's an immature ear of corn.
A what?
It's an immature ear of corn. So
Okay.
it laughs at fart jokes.
Why not a corn in between that big ass corn and the baby corn? Like I've never seen a teenager corn.
A tween corn.
A tween corn. I'm saying though, that would be nice, wouldn't it? I guess I'm saying, yeah, I like a scrumptious corn, boy.
Yeah,
I like getting in there.
But with a big corn, you can't eat the inside. But a baby corn, you can plow through that inside. So maybe a teenager corn would just be so weirdly in between the two that it would be like some people eat apples with like the whole core.
Oh,
They eat it from the top. Like they twist off the thing and just go, and then
what
spit
the
out the
hell?
seeds.
Some people eat the outside of a banana.
Yeah, well, wait till the finale of Squid Game. You'll see. All right. Next story.
All right. A woman makes udder butter out of her own breast milk.
Gross.
And says her husband loves it. To me, it tastes like, when you burp and it kind of tastes like throw up. She said of her mammary margarine. Ew!
Fuck.
Ew!
Guys, I think
I almost
this is the
started
grossest
throwing
thing
up
I've ever. This is baby corn. This is a candy corn. The nausea from candy corn is now turned into morning sickness.
Not many people know this. Udder milk makes all candy corn.
Oh,
Oh, God.
I'm not into breast milk things. Like, just any
It turns
kind of.
me on, though. Like on
What?
TikTok, you'll see a woman milking her kid or getting milk. Her kid gets milk. I don't. Something's milky, and it turns me on a lot. Like you see a little bit of a nipple, and their boobs are usually filled to the brim.
And there's a baby like sucking her nipple, which is what guys do to us. So it's like it is the same thing. It doesn't.
It's
you
outside. You're usually like in a park. You're where your tits shouldn't be.
Is the milk itself a turn on? Like the
No.
thing coming out of it?
No.
Okay, so so you're just saying something sucking on a tit.
I guess it could be anything. Yeah, I guess
Right.
it could. Yeah, it could have
Just
been a
anything
squirrel.
involving a tit coming out. It's
I
not
guess
about
it's
the
just
milk.
a tit out in the wild where apparently it shouldn't be. But she's like, you know what? I'm milking. I'm gonna do my tits in Walmart.
It's not milking. It's called breastfeeding or pumping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I don't think there's anything wrong with that being a turn on. Are you ever turned on by pregnant women?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I guess because you can't get them pregnant again. No, but
I don't think that's it.
no,
Someone
I
was
just
saying that the other day. I was
no.
like, I don't
There's
think
something
that's
about
it.
like just it's just like a I don't
They're
know
so
why.
fertile. They're like they're fertile.
Yeah, and it's a healthy look for some. They're like radiating a lot of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like a chemical response to pregnancy where women's cheeks get a little redder and their hair gets thicker. They get a little bit more like
Yeah, they
voluptuous.
Yes. But it's so interesting that that would be a turn on when that means that they can't get pregnant with you. Like everything that we're attracted to is because we want to like procreate, and that means that woman is taken by another man, so you're like cuckolded in a way, and you can't get it pregnant. So like, or that girl, so it's interesting that would be a turn on. But I guess the other things, and I wonder why you get super glowy and more attractive when you're pregnant. It's probably because if that didn't happen, this is just my guess as someone who knows nothing. It's so that women that are pregnant won't be cast aside and like shunned by men who could potentially harm them if they weren't fuckable. So it like protects them while they're pregnant because the men still want them around to fuck.
But if we do everything to procreate, like if that's our drive,
right?
Why do we have condoms and birth control and all that? Which
because our
eliminate that.
because cognitively, we our monkey brain wants us to procreate.
Yes.
But we, the brain that is also on TikTok all the time and like laughs at like has our brain that's updated. That's part of our brain that's like working in the now. That one doesn't want to get pregnant, but the subconscious you can't turn off, but the
Gotcha.
conscious thinking doesn't want to get pregnant, but you're still motivated by the need to get things pregnant. Because if you weren't, you would just come on their stomach with ease. You wouldn't need, or you would just get a hand job or something. There's something about putting a penis in a vagina that is very, you want it for some reason. Even
Well,
if
it feels
you are
good.
like, right, but so does a hand, or so does a between ass cheeks, or like tits or mouth. But there's something about a pussy that you just got to get in there. And I think it's not just about it feels good. I don't think it's just that.
I
mean,
know,
it
but
does
so many
feel good
guys
because-
I know are so afraid of like they don't even think of it as they go, "Oh, you bang without a condom? Aren't you scared you're going to get her pregnant?" Like
Yeah.
so many guys, their biggest fear is
Right.
pregnancy over STD.
Right.
Yeah,
They can't help but their subconscious still wants to,
put it in raw dog.
yeah, to get
Yeah.
it. You're drawn to it because all your DNA, which has nothing to do with what you're thinking, is begging you to put cum into women. And that's why you get distracted by billboards that have sexy women on them. Like you're like, oh, like that's something I want to fuck. It's not because you're like, she's pretty. Like the she's pretty is your brain now, but like you just think it's, oh, she's hot. But really deep down it's, I want to fuck that.
And have a baby.
And I want to get that. I want to put semen in that to get it pregnant. I want more of me. I want my DNA to keep going.
Surprised there's not more cum on billboards, but then you'd have to climb
Oh my
up the
God.
whole
Did
ladder.
you see the billboard I took a picture of the other day on my
Was it?
story or Instagram story? It's the new I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh yeah, I
There
saw.
was cum all over everyone on it. There's just this goo.
Just
There's
goo.
slime that's like, it's like period blood cum. Because
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
tinted pink.
Yeah.
But it's cum. It's crazy looking. That was really disturbing. It's so funny. No one knows I'm in LA until I post one thing on my story, and then all my LA friends are like, "You're here?" And I'm like, "God, it's just because I had to make a cum comment, a comment." And now I feel like I'm, being antisocial if I don't hang with anyone. But it's so hard to fit in hangs. There's something about just being in a hotel room and being alone
The best.
that I just want to be. I just don't want to do anything. All right, let's take a quick break and come back with Reddit Dump.
This is your Reddit dump.
All right, it's Tuesday. That means we're going to clear out all of my saved posts on Reddit, where I go every single night before I go to bed, and I save things that I think you guys would like. This one I saved last night, and I alluded to it today at the top of the show. This is the song that an Italian man made because he was so annoyed with Italians loving any song that was just American English-speaking person, even though they don't speak English. So he decided to make up a fake English-speaking song that is gibberish English, and it went to number 1 immediately, despite not meaning anything. So here's the song, and it actually...
Was this guy famous before he put out this song?
I don't really know the history of
Oh.
it, but this song put him on the map. You can't make any of the words out.
It
It's
feels
amazing.
very like David Hasselhoff would have sang that. That's how it feels.
It's
to me.
such a good song, and it's
Yeah.
called what is it called? It's called Prison Colin and Siniquilusol. The artist is
Colin.
Adriana Celentano. Celentano.
This is interesting how far Europe is ahead of us in regards to like history. But God, did we jump them in music so quick. Zoot Suit Riot.
You gotta watch this. Just Adriana Celentano, and it's actually a good song. It's really fun to listen to. Okay, let's get to the next
Is it a
thing.
hot guy?
No, he's like an old man, kind of.
Interesting.
It's really good. Okay, stop playing. Okay, this was from Ask Reddit. It said, "People who fuck good. What's your secret?" And it reminded me of you, Andrew.
Yeah.
When you say on stage, "I don't fuck good."
Or come.
So someone said, "Learn what you genuinely enjoy and find partners who enjoy having that done to them. When the puzzle pieces are just right, you always bat 1,000 in the box. Enthusiasm can't be faked, and it's such a good feeling knowing you are desired to the maximum." I think that's pretty much it. Find out what you like doing or giving, and what you like receiving, and find someone who likes giving that. It's like love languages. I think that's when you fuck good. Be teachable, listen, don't be self-interested, and communicate. Someone said, I used to fuck good. I used to fuck for good. Now I fuck for evil. That's just a funny
Jesus.
Redditor. Someone said, take pride in your work and love what you do. What do you think makes someone fuck good?
I think communication's the best part. And I think doing it outside the bedroom, talking about it before you're in the middle of everything can really help, I think.
Yeah, finding someone. That's why I kind of like being able to talk so frankly about sex, because people that I generally know someone before I start a sexual relationship with them. I know them in a way that isn't a sexual way. And so at least, like, usually they're people that I'm, like, working with or friends with. And usually a lot of my work entails talking about sex. So it's easy to find the people that go, oh, yeah, I'm into that too. And I'm like, oh, great. Okay, noted that they like that too. And so you can kind of find that. But I think most people, when they're dating, do not
you'll
talk
throw
about,
it out there to someone before they even know you like them. So just to kind of feel out their sexual drive.
Well, I don't even know. Sometimes it gets me thinking about someone in that way, because I'll be just talking about sex in general with, a group of people or whatever, a situation. And there might be someone that I'm interested in. But if I say something, if I get the conversation going about talking about sex frankly, hearing what they're into and seeing at how it aligns with what I'm into, even before sex is on the table for us, or even why don't we start there? So many times we start with, like, am I attracted to them? Which, by the way, is starting with sex anyway. Like, that's a sexual thing, to be, like, into looks. Like, when we're on these apps. But, like, saying what you like sexually in an app without the expectation that you have to do that thing might lead to better compatibility, Like,
what if you found out? My only thought is like, if you find out just through, like, a quick conversation that they aren't into what you're into, or at least you assume that, then it could kind of get in the way of you maybe pursuing them based off of that.
I think it should. I've said certain things and people are like, ugh, not into anal.
Yeah.
Don't want it. And it's just like, okay, I don't want to be with someone who won't do that to me. Or they have to be okay with me getting that somewhere else, or like they need to be open to it. I understand being like, I've never done it, and it's just like, ugh. But
yeah, you can kind of get a reaction from someone if they're gonna be, like, chill with stuff, for sure. Like if someone's like, "Whoa, man, whoa," it's like, ugh. Like,
I've heard a lot though. Oh,
did you see the latest Curb?
No.
Oh,
I
don't
need
know.
to though. I love that Reed guy.
There's a
Scott.
new episode out, and
Yeah.
Larry is dating what's her name? She's the Asian actress. I don't mean for it to come full circle.
Sandra Oh?
No,
Lucy
she
Liu.
was Lucy Liu.
Okay.
And Larry, they're on their second date. They're about to get it on, and Larry walks into a glass door.
Oh, so embarrassing.
She won't fuck him after that. She just doesn't find him attractive anymore, and it just makes me think of, like, these little things that, like, can just end it.
Yeah. I love that she was like, I can't, because a lot of times I think girls would just go through with it, even though they're like, oh boy. And listen, girls do the same stuff. Like, we've done things, I'm sure, that guys are just like, ooh, that took me out of it. That thing she said, that thing she did.
Oh, but
That's
it sucks
really
that
funny,
one
though.
thing can do it. It sucks. Then you have to, like, be on your toes all the time. I don't know. It was really funny.
That is funny, but I think the same thing for guys, though. Guys can get unattracted quickly for the dumbest thing. You see a piece of ankle hair, and you're suddenly repulsed.
Well, just, I mean, I think that was the old me, but I think now it's 4 hairs. But I've changed a lot. But I get it. Yeah, things definitely have taken me out. For sure. It just sucks that, like, 100 things can go right, and then it's like you run into a glass door, and it's just like, you're old. And, like, she, like, looked at him as, like, he's decrepit. Like, he just aged. And I sometimes
it's more
fear
like
that
the
with
bumbling thing. Like, they're just you like a guy who's confident and, like, knows what he's doing, and you see a guy fall and, like, slam it. It's just like,
sometimes I'm afraid with Brenna is, like, one day she's going to go, oh, you're, like, old.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna eat like bran muffins instead of like a sausage sandwich or something, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, you're eating you have to eat brand."
Suddenly, it's just gonna like dawn on her how old you are. Like suddenly, she's gonna learn. She's gonna take that math class that really makes it. She's gonna. She's gonna figure out the number that. The number is 16. Is the years you guys are different. Yeah, I mean that would be such a fear of mine of seeming old someday. Of just like when is it gonna click? Like right now it's okay. Like you're not old yet. You're 41, but like when she's 41, you're 57. Yeah,
Yes,
that
but
seems
I think,
actually okay.
yeah, it does actually. The older she gets, I think the less it will seem weird. But I do feel like I tend to not wear like old man clothes. Like
Right.
if I wore khakis and a button down and comb my hair with a part where you could see
you
a
don't
receding
dress
hairline.
old.
Yeah, I think then I would.
But the thing about fucking good, and I feel like there have been times where the sex, like I'm not into someone physically, or the kiss was off or something, and I've heard my friends say like that you can fix, Nikki. Emotional intelligence and like someone's anger or jealousy issues, like that stuff. You seem to like want to take on that change. Like, oh, I can change that, but like when someone's like is not sexually compatible right away, you just go, no, not gonna work. But and what is that? And I do believe that. Like I am so scared, I think, of making men feel insecure in bed and being a little bit too masculine energy of like, do this, do that. And I have put up with so much in bed that I didn't enjoy because I just don't want to hurt a guy's feelings and like want them to feel like, okay, it's not terrible what he's doing, but it's certainly not what would work right now for me the best. And I do know what that would be, but I don't want to be a backseat driver for my own puss. What do you feel about that? Would you prefer, if you're doing something to a girl and she knows an easy way to make it better, which is you leave and she uses her vibrator, what what would you prefer her to say? Because I've just had guys go, I
prefer 1,000,000%, and I think a lot of guys would be way more open to it than you probably even think. They're just doing what they think works. You know what I mean? It's not like, I'm sticking to this. This is my plan for me to come. It's like, oh, no. Oh, you want me to fuck you harder and put my thumb in your butt. Okay, cool.
But
I didn't know you were into that.
Like if you say it too much, it becomes annoying because I can just give directions all day long. And
I mean,
that's
sure.
the thing. It's like I can't, then I'm just going to do it alone. And sometimes I'm just like, maybe I will, like, I don't know.
What's your example? Like, okay, let's say a guy's having sex with you ever so gently or whatever you don't like.
Yeah, like going down on me too, like just like being like gentle when they're going, like just not using any pressure.
Okay,
like kind
so
of
what
like
would your
licking.
directions be? Like if you were a GPS, like how can you do it in a way that might not seem annoying to the guy or maybe like seem like encouraging and not like you're doing it wrong? Like maybe
like suck my clit.
Okay, that works. That's not that directional. Like, that's not that, hey, can you suck my clit more? That'd be dope.
Yeah, but then they do that and it's not hard. And then I go harder and then they like can't. And then it's just like, oh, God. All right. Well, then now I have to give some kind of positive reinforcement because they're at least trying. And then it feels like, now when they try and they still fail, that's why I don't like to give direction is because when they try and they still fail, I can't be honest and go, no, just, you know what? Just forget about it. You're supposed to say, just forget it. Final thought.
Just kidding. I think you go suck that clit as hard as you can. And if they don't get there, you don't have to tell them that they didn't get there. But I think at least then rather than, wouldn't you rather know?
I feel like I just know. I don't mean to be like,
oh, before you even tell them?
I just know, like, I know just by the way we kiss, like, if this person and I are going to be sexually compatible.
But you didn't think, like, when we raced in the 40-yard dash that I would be so fast, right? Until you saw how fast I was. So maybe that's the same thing with clit sucking.
I I don't know. I just don't know that I've ever been able to get it up for someone that I don't have it up for.
Can I ask a
Right
question?
away.
Do you think
Sure.
if a guy kisses too softly or like without enough tongue or whatever, then that will put in your brain that he
Too
won't
much
eat vagina?
Like softly and too much tongue? Yeah, it makes me think that
No,
they're
no.
probably going to kiss me down there like that.
That's what I'm asking. Like, does a woman think how a man kisses is the way? It's the same thing how a man dances is the way he'll make love. But I think there's probably a lot of great dancers that make up for probably being shitty in bed.
Yes.
Or maybe. But
No, I don't really think about pussy eating when I'm like kissing someone. It just is the overall vibe of like sex. Like I just like a little bit more of a passionate like and not like so much tongue right away. It leads me to believe like they're going to be the kind of person that just like tries to fuck you right away and isn't into like I don't know. It takes a lot. Anyone who's listening to this and thinking about kissing me someday is probably just like, oh my God, the pressure. Like, I got to learn how to exert pressure. Yeah, just grab my neck a little bit. Just grab my neck a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Okay, one more thing. There is this meme that was circulating that I found out on Reddit, Hole Up, HOLUP. And it's just like when... It's just things that you are watching, and then at the very end, you're just like, well, wait, huh, what? And this was a picture of a guy talking to his girlfriend on a flight, and the girl's crying. He's like consoling her. The guy taking the picture is, across the aisle from them, and he's just taking a picture. And he goes, this guy on my flight just told his girlfriend he wouldn't date her if she was a worm, and she is crying.
a worm?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's just like one of those things that girls do of like, would you date me if I was a worm? And the guy was like, no. And she's like, what? It just made me laugh as like one of those tests girls give guys.
I do love a test when sometimes like Brenna will say something and I'll reaffirm what she says.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, why are you agreeing to that? And I'm like, well, I'm just backing you up here. Like,
She's testing you to see
I
if
don't know
you
if
like
the-
will just agree with her blindly.
No, it's more like, oh, I'm not good at this. I was like, yeah, it's not really your thing, probably. And she's like, wait, no, I'm not.
Ooh,
But
yeah.
like something like that, but not
Well,
like.
we all do things like that. Like, do I look fat in this? Like, you're looking for someone to say that. I don't do that anymore.
What is the
but I
answer
used
to
do
that when a girl does that?
When you go, I'm just not good at things, and when you shit
No,
on
the
yourself,
fat thing especially, because I think that's a thing.
you're
that comes up a lot.
crazy. You're seriously, you have body dysmorphia. What you are seeing is not what I'm seeing. But also be honest. If she does look fat in it, say, I just think you look better in a different, like, you don't have to lie. Just say that outfit is telling you lies. Try something else because that you are not fat and that outfit is just not doing you well.
Fast forward to 40 outfits on the bed and be like, no, this one.
Not that one either.
This one.
That garbage bag. Who knows what's underneath that? And that one, that's the one to go with.
That's it.
Okay, and then this is one last thing. It's just from Reddit, the subreddit Cool Guides, just like cool like little tips. And this is about two different snakes that look very similar. They're both snakes that are like red, yellow, and black striped. I think we've all seen those kinds of snakes. And this is a little mnemonic device to let you know which one you can fuck with and which one you shouldn't. So the eastern coral snake is venomous. And it says, and its lines are, it says, red touch yellow kills a fellow. Red touch black, friend of Jack. So if the red and the black touch, you can touch that snake. But if the red and the yellow touch, it kills a fellow. I just hated this because just don't touch any snakes.
No, well, yes. But also, yellow is the common denominator. What is red?
No. They all have yellow, black, and red. So look at
okay.
these snakes. They both look very similar.
Oh my
So
God.
The top one is red touch yellow, kill a fellow. And the bottom one, the red and the yellow do not touch. They're separated by black. And that is, a friend of Jack. So that means you can touch it. I have seen this 14 times, said it in my head a number of times, and still today wouldn't know if the snake came in what to fucking do. And I would not remember a little cutesy mnemonic device. I would just say like, lefty loosey, righty tighty, and then scream and get bit.
Yeah, and then your neck will stop hurting.
All right, thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'll be back tomorrow in St. Louis with Noah and Andrew
Live
in
show.
person. And we have a live show tomorrow
Live.
in St. Louis, Missouri. Thank you so much to everyone who's coming out to that. Can't wait to see you. But we will also see you on the podcast tomorrow in person. I'm taking the red eye out tonight after my taping. So see you then. Don't be cut and jackalope.
Jackie Chain.